The bus slowed to a stop. I grabbed my bag and stepped out onto the pavement, expecting to see my friend waiting for me. Instead, I was greeted by silence. The town was empty. Not just quiet, completely, unnaturally empty. The bus doors hissed shut behind me, and before I could say a word, the driver pulled away, leaving me standing alone. The air was thick, stale, as if no one had breathed it in a long time. And yet, the town didn't look abandoned. Lights glowed in windows. A bicycle lay on its side near the sidewalk. A coffee cup sat on a bench, steam still curling from the lid. I pulled out my phone. No signal. I tried calling Mark, my friend who had invited me here. Straight to voicemail. I started walking, my footsteps echoing against the empty streets. Storefronts were stocked, but no one stood behind the counters. A radio played softly from inside a diner, but there were no customers, no staff. Plates of food sat untouched on tables, half-eaten meals, as if the people who had been eating them had simply vanished. A chill crept up my spine. Where the hell was everyone? I reached Mark's house, a small, neat place on the corner. The door was unlocked. "Mark," I called out. No answer. I stepped inside. The living room looked normal, too normal. A jacket was draped over the back of a chair. A beer bottle sat on the coffee table, condensation still trickling down the glass. Upstairs, the shower was running. I felt a flicker of relief. Maybe he was home after all. Maybe I had just arrived at a weird time. "Mark," I called again, louder this time, heading up the stairs. No response. I hesitated outside the bathroom door. Steam curled from beneath it. I knocked. "Hey man, it's me." You left the door open. The water stopped. Silence. Then a sound. A low creak, like someone shifting their weight. But it didn't come from inside the bathroom. It came from behind me. I spun around. The hallway was empty. My pulse pounded in my ears. I reached for the bathroom door handle and slowly turned it. Inside, the shower was still dripping. The mirror was fogged up, but there was no one there. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. I stepped back into the hallway, and that's when I noticed something that made my stomach drop. There were wet footprints on the wooden floor, leading out of the bathroom, leading toward me. I bolted down the stairs, out of the house, back into the street. My breath came in short, ragged gasps. The town was still empty, still silent, but now it felt different. It felt wrong. I ran to the police station. The door was locked. Through the window, I could see desks with half-filled paperwork, a ringing phone that no one answered. I pounded on the glass. "Hello? Anyone?" No response. Then, a flicker of movement caught my eye. Down the street, a figure. Someone standing perfectly still at the intersection, facing me. I couldn't make out any details, just the outline of a person. I took a step forward. The figure took a step back. A slow, creeping horror crawled over me. I raised my hand, waving hesitantly. The figure didn't wave back. It just stood there, watching. Then, without warning, it moved. Fast, straight toward me. I turned and ran. I didn't look back. I couldn't. My lungs burned, my legs ached, but I didn't stop. I reached the edge of town, where the road stretched out into the open countryside. And then I stopped. The road ended, not in a normal way. It didn't fade into gravel or dirt. It just stopped, like someone had cut it off. Beyond it, there was nothing. No trees, no grass, no horizon. Just a vast, endless void of gray mist. I felt something behind me, breathing, slow, deep. I turned around. The figure was there. Only now, there were more of them. Dozens. Standing in the streets, in doorways, peering from windows. Watching me. Their faces were blank. Not blurred, not obscured. Just blank, like unfinished mannequins. I stumbled backward. My foot hit the edge of the nothingness behind me. The figures took a step closer. And then, everything went dark. I woke up on the bus. The driver glanced at me through the mirror. "End of the line, kid." My heart pounded. I looked out the window. The town was there, just like before. But now I knew. I wasn't supposed to be here. And I had made a terrible mistake.